Welcome back everyone to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be going through 10 things you may not have known that is in this game, Clash of Clans. These are going to range from small little QWERTY things to attack styles that's inside this game that can help you going forward. And also, after you watch the 10 things, let me know how many of them you already knew, and if one of them you had no idea. What was your most surprising feature in this list? But anyways, let's go ahead and find out. Okay, so for number one, what we're going to start out with is something small. It's a little feature that I didn't know really until recently, that it's not really going to affect anything, but it's a little interesting thing that if you go over to a builder that is free, right, that is not currently building anything, and you tap on it and you move it, you'll see there is a builder sleeping right under it. It's a little small little feature that I didn't know until recently, and because I never really checked, but found that to be a little interesting. There's the builder right there because he is not doing anything. He's just sleeping. Okay, so for number two, this one is going to be the greatest feature that I think they came out with in this game. I know many of you probably already know and probably even use this every single day, but some of you have no idea. Let me go ahead and explain. It is Supercell ID. What is it? Well, you can link any one of your accounts together, and it doesn't matter if it's on Android or Apple, whatever product, or even if it's on, let's say, BlueStacks on the computer. You can link them all together through the emails, and then all you got to do is just connect Supercell ID. And with a few taps of the button, you can switch between accounts. Let me go ahead and show you exactly what I mean. So I'm on my Town Hall 11 right now, right? Well, let me go ahead and switch to my Town Hall 12. So all I do is go Supercell ID, go to connect, right? And then I go ahead and log out. I'm kind of blocking out my email address here so you guys don't see, but I'm going to go ahead and click log out. I'm going to click confirm, and then I just go ahead and hit login with Supercell ID, and then I just click the top one, which is my Town Hall 12, right? And I click it with a few clicks, and now I'm in my Town Hall 12 just like that. Do I want to go? Now let me go to my Town Hall 9. I'm going to do the same thing, log out, go to login with Supercell ID, go to the third one, and that is my Town Hall 9 right there. Just a matter of clicks. It is that easy to switch between your accounts, and you can hold up to 20 different accounts on your one device, and you can then play very easily across them all. Okay, so for number three, this one is going to be all about navigating the menu. So let's say I scroll down in my profile a little bit, and instead of me wanting to scroll all the way up just like this, all I got to do is just press this My Profile at the very top of any one of the tabs, right? I click My Profile, and it will take me back to the top. I do the same thing for My Clan, and I scroll down here, and then all I do is click My Clan, and bam, takes me to the top. You can do it across any one of these. You can just scroll down here, and then you just click the top just like this, and it takes you back all the way up to the top. Very easy to navigate through the game. All right, so for number four here, this one is all about FC and the 24-hour cooldown. So you know that if you were to go into here and move a single piece, let's say this Inferno Tower, one tile this way, like that, or if you move a wall by accident and then you put it back, it doesn't matter. You will have a 24-hour cooldown. Well, if you go into your base editor or you go into here and you don't move a single piece and you just change, let's say, the single to a multi or a multi to a single, and you change the rotation of your sweepers, or if you change a skelly trap to ground, from let's say ground to air, if you do any of those changes, expo from air to ground, ground to air, doesn't matter. As long as you don't move it and you just change those things without moving it, you will still be able to FC. And sometimes what you have to do is you have to force close your game and bring it back in order for the changes to take effect. But then you can offer your base up again as long as you don't move anything for the FC on that different type. Let's say it's now ground exposed to air, or multis to single and single to multi. All right, so for number five, this one is about attacking and having it finish for you. So what I mean here is, let me go ahead and take a look at my attack log here. So you can see IRUL was my last person that I attacked. Let me go ahead and find a base. So this one is when you find a base and you're attacking, you drop all your troops, and you have no more troops to drop, and you're just watching the screen. Well, what you can do is if you want it to finish for you automatically, you don't want to wait there, you can go ahead and force quit out of the game, and then it will be automatically done when you come back, and you don't have to wait the minute or whatnot for it to finish. If you're just waiting there, you don't have to drop any more spells or any more troops on the board. All right, so I found a base here. So let me go ahead and attack this base. And once I get towards the end, I'm going to force quit out of it. And hopefully you'll see it's going to finish the raid for me. So I dropped all the troops. You can do it without it. But now I'm going to add and force quit out of the game because I still have a minute 30 left. Force quit out of the game. And here we go. Oh, let me go ahead and force quit. And now let me go and find that raid, right? So let me go back into the game. And it will automatically finish. So it's definitely not been a minute and a half. I go back into here, and look at this. If I go ahead and replay this, right? This is the base, 3-star. Let me go ahead and skip through to the end. We didn't wait the whole time, but yeah. So if you, it doesn't matter, as long as you don't quit end battle and you click exit, you just force quit out of the game, it will automatically finish the raid for you. So you'll be able to, maybe if you're in a crunch for time, you get all your troops and get everything down, you don't have to sit there and wait. You can literally just turn your device off. You can do whatever, and it will finish the raid for you without you even doing a thing. So you can see, look at this. So we never saw this part, right? So the lavas move over, and we end up taking out the base. All right, so for number 6, this one is all about finding a match. And what happens if you don't attack? Well, let me go into my previous attacks here, my attack log, so that you'll see my most recent attack is on this guy, IRUL, right? So this guy was my most recent attack. Let me go ahead and try to find a match. So if you go ahead and search for a match, and you find one, and you never drop a troop the whole time, and the whole battle expires, that will not count. You won't lose any trophies, you won't lose any resources, you won't lose your shield, you won't lose anything, because it doesn't count if you never drop a troop. So let me go ahead and find a base and let the whole time expire. I'll bring you back right towards the end so you can see the most previous, the IRUL guy, was my most recent attack. So as you can see, I found this base here, but I let the whole time expire. There's 5 seconds left. I haven't dropped a single troop, and you'll see the whole time expires, and I won't even lose this battle. So it says defeat, and let's go and check my log, right? Remember the last guy was IRUL. Let's go ahead and take a look. Our most recent attack is the same guy. So I did not lose any trophies or any time off the clock. All right, so for number 7, this one is going to be about your CC. So let me go ahead and find a base. And this one is all about when you're trying to find a base, let's say you're in the clouds for a while, and you got your CC donated to you, but you don't remember what is in it. Well, if you want to easily check what is in your CC when you're inside a raid without backing out because you found a really good offer, all you gotta do is press the CC and click and hold. So right now, I can either switch between the CC, I can go into the regular or into a siege machine, doesn't matter, right? But you have to wait the 30 seconds. So once this 30 seconds is over, I'll show you what I mean. Right, so now it's inside this battle here. And what do I mean by checking the CC? So all I gotta do is press and hold the siege machine, right? And boom, I can see what is in my CC without leaving the battle. This works the same thing if you just have a regular CC with no siege machine, just like this. You click and hold, you'll be able to see what is inside your CC. Okay, so for number 8, this one is going to be about the Grand Warden and his Eternal Tome. So this is when they become invincible when you use his ability. So what am I talking about here? This is when I'm looking to see when my balloons get into his aurora, right? His zone, his little circle. You can tell the moment that they get in and the moment that they don't. Because what happens is the balloons, once the warden enters their zone, the balloons rise up just a little bit. And you can tell that if you click the warden ability when the balloons rise up, they will be protected. So let me go ahead and throw up an FC and I'll show you. All right, so now let me go ahead and hit this base so you'll see what I'm talking about, right? So if I go ahead and drop the balloon by itself, it looks like this. This is a normal balloon flying into the base, right? Nothing too special. Well, what if I drop the balloon, right? Just like this, and then I go ahead and drop the warden. Bam! You see it rise up? That's the moment that I can tell it's in the Aurora ability. If I pop the ability and you're going to see it go down, boom, it goes away, right? So it leaves the Aurora ability and it goes down, right? So if I drop some more balloons like this, the warden will follow, right? And the moment that they enter his zone, right? So he's going to scoot up and boom, boom, boom. I can tell that they're in the zone. I can hit their ability and they're all protected in his Aurora, right? And so that's how I can tell when a balloon will be either protected or not from the Grand Warden. To continue with the Grand Warden, I've noticed a small glitch is if you try to move his altar when he's sleeping or he's upgrading, it's very hard to move, right? So let's say I've tried to move his altar right now. It's really easy, right? So just like this, I can move it around, no problem. But let's say I put him down to guard, or even if he's upgrading, I go ahead and click onto him. He's really hard to move. I can't move his altar. It's kind of stuck here, right? Have you ever run into this issue? Well, I got a fix for you. So let's say he's down like this. I go into I go to this base, I go and set as active, right? So he's moving. Then I go back to the village that I had that I want to move him to. Then I go ahead and click set as active. And then I can grab his platform, and now I can move it, right? I can move it wherever I want, and he's showing as sleeping, but his altar is to be able, I can move it. So if I need to zoom out, right, I can put it on a building that it can't go down on, and I can zoom out, and then I can move it somewhere else, like over here. As long as he's not over there, I can move it. As long as he's not sleeping on the platform, I'm good to move him. I can throw it out there, zoom out, bring it across the base, or let's say I put it right there, right? The moment that he gets to it and he starts to sleep, I'm not going to be able to move it, right? It's stuck. It's stuck. I can't do anything. So I just go back to the village editor, set as active, right? Go back, set as active. It's a little annoying. Grab him, and then I can put him back. It's a little annoying glitch, but that's how you can do it. Okay, for number 9, this one is going to be about the clone spell. So I'm going to show you that with the clone spell, if you're cloning some troops, you can have troops on one side of the wall. If you drop the clone spell in over the wall, they can actually spawn on the other side. So they can spawn anywhere inside the clone spell. So let me show what I mean. I'm going to go ahead and drop a baby dragon here to kind of start clearing some of this section out just like this. Let me go ahead and clear this out, right? And I want to send the barbarians into this base right here, and then you'll see me clone them in this area over the wall. So let me go ahead and drop all these barbs like this, right? Just like that. And now if I go ahead and drop the clone spell, you're going to see them start spawning inside this wall just like that, even though the main ones are outside. So the clone spell can actually spawn barbs, troops, ground troops on the other side of the wall, so keep that in mind. So there's another thing with the clone spell to show you guys. So when you drop the clone spell just like this, let's say for the balloon, the shadow must be inside the clone spell for it to get cloned. So let me show you what I mean. I'm going to drop the clone spell right here, and once the shadow of the balloon enters the clone, it will become cloned, right? Just like this. So here's the shadow, and boom, the shadow enters, and now the balloons are cloned. All right, so another tip with the clone is you can clone balloons. So that means you have to have 2 clones, but I don't see too many people using 2 clones, but it's a thing to know. So let me go ahead and drop the clone spell right here. I'm going to drop the balloon on the edge. Remember, the shadow must pass through the clone, right? Just like this. And let me clone balloons. Boom. Now the clone balloons are getting cloned. So you don't need the original balloon to still be alive to clone it. This could be for any troop. You can clone pretty much any troop, but if it's a clone, you can clone that as well. One final thing with the clone spell is if you're dropping a clone spell over the middle of the base, and let's say you're dropping a skelly spell as well to try to kill the queen, well, the skelly spell can get cloned as well. So you have to be careful. So let me go ahead and drop the clone spell here. And then if I drop the skelly spell inside of it, all those skellies have the ability to get cloned, right? So I'm going to drop the skelly spell, and look, boom, it's starting to clone all the skellies that are coming from the skelly spell. So you have to be careful if you have those mixed in together that you could accidentally clone the skelly spell instead of cloning, let's say, the balloons or some other troop that you really wanted to clone. All right, so for number 10, this is the final one, and this is going to be about the eagle and when it activates. So if you see on the screen down below, this activates at 180 spaces. So it'll start activating and firing on your troops, right? So it'll light up before that, but at 180 spaces, it will start firing on you. So if you drop 179, the eagle will not fire on your troops. So if you take a look at this, the heroes, they each will take up 25. The dark spell and the freeze, since they're only one, take up 5 each. The elixir spells take up 10 each. And the clone spell takes 15. And each one of the troops, so each archer takes 1. P.E.K.K.A.'s 25. Lava's 30. Balloons are 5. You can add those all up. And so let me go ahead and do an FC, and I'll show you. Here's the FC. So let me go ahead and drop about 179 archers from this whole comp, and you'll see that the eagle does not fire on my troops. And if I drop one more, it will start firing. So let me drop all the way down to 101. So the moment I drop that last one, once I have 100 left, then the eagle will start firing. So you'll see before that, it will activate, like the lights will turn on, but not until I drop that 180 space, it will then fire on my troops, right? So the eagle's active, right? So 103, 102, and now if I drop this one more, you're going to see this eagle start to be able to fire, right? So I drop one more archer, boom, it is ready to fire, right? It's going to fire on my troops. So that means I dropped 180 spaces. All right, so now let me go ahead and show you by me dropping these spells and the heroes, and I'll show you when it activates, right? So if you add up all these spells of, let's say, for example, the freeze, the poison, the earthquake, the 5 hastes, and the Skelly spell, right? So you add them together, so that's 9 of them. You times that by 5, you get 45. You add the 2, so each one of these are 10, so that's now 65, right? And then you add each hero, so each one's 25, so then you add 75 together, so that's 140. So now we can drop up to 39 more archers on top of this, and the eagle will not activate. If we drop that 40th archer, it will activate. So let me go ahead and drop all the spells just like this. So all the spells are on the board. And let me drop all my heroes just like this. And now if I get up to 179, it still won't activate. So that will bring me, so 280, right? So minus 39 will leave me with 241 archers. So let me go ahead and drop 241 archers, or up to 241. So the eagle still has not activated. And remember, hero abilities will not activate 241, right? So the eagle is still not active. If I drop one more archer, this eagle will activate, right? So here it is. Bam. Eagle has activated. So if you go ahead and add up your troops, your spells, and whatnot, if you can have a kill squad enter this base with 179 spaces, you can get a lot of value done. And I would recommend trying to develop your kill squad to be up to 179, take full advantage of it, and not drop a single troop extra so you don't activate that eagle. And so that's going to wrap up the video here today. And if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you go ahead and hit that like button and go ahead and subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you do know when I upload my next video, which I plan on uploading one every single day. And also, if there's any things you learned from this video, or maybe you knew them all, let me know in the comment section below. I would love to know how many of them you actually knew and how many of them you did not know and you learned for the first time. Well, anyways, that's going to wrap up the video. You all have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys next time. Carbonfin signing out. Peace.